beginning to reach game 2.
And let's start the game. And the countdown has begun. And we'll begin loading these maps, and the players will start very shortly.
Once again, we're covering Morgan Griffith, who is known as Chipotle. He's the Night Elf player. Opponent is DERRICK DICHIARA. He is the Orc player. So Orc versus Night Elf once again. Here we are in map 2.
And another relatively close spawn here.
Yes, this is pretty close. Because there are no human players in here, I don't know if we'll see a fast expansion attempt from the Orc. But maybe for Chipotle, he's a Night Elf player. His base is kind of far, a little bit further away from Zero Fire. He may try to expand. And
it looks like we're starting off with another standard build. We have an altar down and a moonwell down for Chipotle.
And over here on Zero Fire, he's sticking with the same altar first, burrow, and then there goes his barrack.
So we haven't seen anything too out of the normal. Of course, a lot is riding on this game. I mean, you get to go to the finals in Singapore, so they want to play a standard, well-proven tactic that they know works.
Right. Every time you're faced at an offline event like this, most players will stick to something standard just to play safe, unless they have been practicing something secret in the hidden, but that requires a lot of time, a lot of practice, and a perfect execution.
And we're going to see these altars come into play just now, as both are finished building, and we're going to see a Demon Hunter yet again from Chipotle.
And from Zero Fire, we're going to see the Blade Master again. So same
matchup,
heroes.
Different map.
Yeah. Same opening heroes, only this time we're not going to see, we may see different secondary heroes if they choose to go second heroes.
And we have dual scouting wisps here from Chipotle as he's checking 2 spawn points at once, and he is headed his first wisp right towards the peon. In fact, I think they ran right into each other. They did crossing the map, and they know exactly where each other is spawned already.
And we will be seeing a possible fast expansion attempt here by Chipotle. He's already placed down an Ancient of War at the ramp of his natural. He is located over here at the right-hand side of the map, as the players have already scouted one another, with a Zero Fire at the north part of Lost Temple.
And the peon of Zero Fire about to find the base of his opponent right now as that peon makes his way in.
Demon Hunter makes it out. He will see the peon. I think this is a good opportunity for him to try and get some experience, but he doesn't. He is too distracted on focusing at his natural expansion. Ancient of War is now up, moving on over to the creep spot where the Ogre Warrior and the Troll Berserker are at, and the Demon Hunter will now be creeping solo.
And Blade Master taking out the wisp of his opponent Chipotle so he doesn't sit in one of his trees, just to stay around and watch what's going on in his base. And we're doing a little creeping here with the Ancient of War that Chipotle has brought into battle.
Right, this is a common strategy here used. The Night Elf player is able to take this creep spot without the support of any other units. If he can just get the creeps to focus on his tree, he's got a couple of wisps there to keep it alive, trying to repair it as quickly as possible, and that will give him time to put up his expansion, where now you do see him place a Tree of Life as well as a Moonwell down.
Taking a look at the Beastmaster, he's creeping around the outer rings of the center health fountain in the middle of the map here.
Yeah, the Blade Master is trying to level up right now. He's not too focused on harassing. Went for the top left-hand troll camp corner, where he has picked up a Circlet of Nobility on him and progressed on to the other creep spot at the bottom right-hand corner of the Troll Berserkers. But yeah, as you see here, the center of the map, he's able to heal up a little bit. As long as he just stays kind of clear away from the creeps, he can take advantage of that fountain.
Now this early expansion is going to be very good for Chipotle. He's going to have more resources coming in to take advantage of his opponent very early on.
It will help him a lot. The only disadvantage I would say in that is he will be behind in the tech. Already you see in Zero Fire's base, he's now upgrading to Stronghold. 50% there in his upgrade, while Chipotle is slowed down a little bit because he's more focused on his expansion, which now has been scouted by Zero Fire. Zero Fire coming in, sees that the Tree of Life is being built. He has thrown down Chipotle has thrown down a Scene Ward there, a Sentry Ward, but that Tree of Life will make it up. I don't think he'll be able to stop that expansion.
Deathstalker's Blade Master coming in to harass that expansion, forced to back off. He's got 174 life, and it looks like that Chipotle is going to give a chase. Try and finish off a couple of grunts here. He gets a hit or two on him and is moving towards the center of the map. He doesn't have any units to assist him. Right now I see an archer actually coming from behind. He's going to pull that archer off and just kind of chase him back towards the temple area of this map.
And I must say there's a very nice base structure here that Chipotle is doing. Over at his expansion, he's protected his tree of life using some moon wells. He's got 2 moon wells out in the very front of his expansion, and his Ancient of War also protecting the north. However, we see at the middle temple an engagement here as Chipotle is coming in with the Demon Hunter, trying to harass Zero Fire to keep him from creeping. Both heroes right now are pretty low in hero levels. However, we do have a level 2 Demon Hunter for Chipotle, only a level 1 for the Blade Master.
Checking out the action here in the middle of the map, it looks like the creep has been raised right around the Fountain of Health. We're going to possibly see a little bit of creep jack from that Demon Hunter of Chipotle. As he's chasing off a grunt, he elects to take down the units of his opponent Zero Fire first before taking any XP from these creeps.
Yeah, he's pretty risky here what Zero Fire is doing, trying to creep the center of the map when he knows that there's a Demon Hunter trailing him from behind. Mana Burn goes off on him, so he's not going to be able to use any skills at the moment. He's ignoring that Demon Hunter, though. I don't think he's too worried about him. With the Fountain of Health there, keeping his units alive, he's going straight for the experience from the creeps.
And that's going to end up playing in his favor as long as Chipotle is taking his attention away from what he's doing in his base to focus on harassing here in the middle of the map.
Yes, he is. He's going to now focus on the Null Overseer at the center. In comes the archers here of Chipotle to help him in the battle. Item has dropped from the Null Overseer. He picks up a very nice item, Potion of Greater Healing, as he also reached level 2 for his Blade Master.
And Chipotle's still sticking around. He's got a Huntress now, 4 archers, and he's going to elect to continue to attack the units of Zero Fire. Zero Fire backing off for a moment and then coming back to battle. We still have a level 5 Null Overseer trying to do damage as well.
Finally, at Tier 2 now for Zero Fire, he has introduced a second hero. It's going to be the Shadow Hunter. So he's got Grunts here, Shadow Hunter, and now a Blade Master. He was able to force Chipotle to run away so he can finish off what's left. And here he goes, straight for the Null Overseer. But nope, Chipotle will come back again to try and harass him.
Chipotle now has elected to bring a second hero in as well to answer Zero Fire's hero. He has a Keeper of the Grove working in that Altar of Elders.
As he's doing that, the Null Overseer is still being focused on by Zero Fire. He's about to kill him. Serpent Wards have been dropped down by this Shadow Hunter. An item has dropped. It will be a Mana Stone. So this Blade Master is stacked here with a health pot, a Mana Stone. Currently sitting at 45 population. He's got pretty much what he needs. While Chipotle here is only at, actually he's at 50 population, finally reaching Tier 2, now placing down 2 Ancients of Wind, or 1 Ancient of Wind and 1 Ancient of Lore actually, at his expansion.
That battle in center that we were talking about that actually took away from the attention of Chipotle didn't seem to do that bad of damage to him. He still managed to produce units. And it looks like we have some towers actually going up just outside the base of Chipotle.
We have a tower attempt here. He's going to try and take advantage of the fact that he is a little bit ahead in tech. 1 Demolisher out here for Zero Fire and 1 Raider. He's going to go in and put 3 towers in the main base of Chipotle. Chipotle sees that Demolisher, focuses on it right away because he wants it taken down. Keeper of the Grove now out to help support in this battle for Chipotle. Quickly entangles a Raider to try and eliminate him down very quick as the archers are trying to run away from the Blade Master, reaching level 3. This is not looking too good for Chipotle because the towers are about 50% complete. They're almost up.
Once you get those watchtowers up, it completes them to guard towers. Those are going to be able to do some damage just to all the units passing through the base of Chipotle.
Chipotle here might be losing his main expo with 3 watchtowers now almost up, a Demolisher now coming in. Huntress has been surrounded, 44 population for Zero Fire, 34 here for Chipotle. He's going to have to pull back behind his Tree of Ages to try and stay alive. If he loses this main base, he's going to have to rebuild or focus on his expansion where his Tier 2 buildings are in place. He's now trying to build Druid, the Talons, and Dryads as quickly as possible, but he's being cornered. I don't know this is a good location for Chipotle to be running because once he gets trapped, he's not going to make it out.
It looks like that Zero Fire is almost managed to finish off the main starting base of Chipotle, and then he's going to head back down to the Expo. Things aren't looking good for our Night Elf player.
The only advantage that he has here that his expansion has been up for a while, so he can keep up with this attack. If he loses his main base, his expansion will still help him out. Most of his unit-producing buildings are also located at his expansion. So the main thing that he'll be losing here is his Tier 2 tech up and also his extra gold that he's mining.
That Demon Hunter reaching half a life at the moment, 338 now and rising. He's taking damage still from Zero Fire.
Chipotle will have to say goodbye to his main base as 3 watchtowers are up. A 4th one now just up. Demolisher also out focusing and moving to the very back. However, quickly it gets destroyed by the Dryads, the Drew, the Talons. Demon Hunter, though, about to go down, who's in the very front trying to do the meat shield, gets down to 51 HP and is forced to teleport out.
Another Demolisher produced by Zero Fire. He's going to go ahead and move that out. It looks like he has those rally points set for those Demolishers just outside of the base of Chipotle, and that's exactly where he wants them. He's going to do heavy damage to those base units.
And in comes the units of Chipotle. He's now coming back in, trying to focus on the hurt units of Zero Fire, who has Fairy Fire casted all over his units. More towers are going up for him as he's placing down a 5th tower, pulling back to try and keep his units alive.
We have that Demolisher just stopped in midfield. And another Raider being produced. That Raider's going to be able to do some heavy damage to the melee units of Chipotle. The battle is still raging back in Chipotle's base. Those towers absolutely raining down to death onto the Demon Hunter of Chipotle. He's going to have to back off, trying to take down a Fire Ward at the moment, successfully taking down 1 and a 2nd. And then we'll continue to try and do damage to the towers that Zero Fire has erected.
Chipotle here trying to take advantage of Zero Fire running low on HP. Zero Fire had to back off a little bit to try and keep his units alive, and Chipotle took advantage of that to go in and take down 2 watchtowers. 2 have gone down. There are still 3 up. Zero Fire now trying to build a voodoo lounge on right outside of his towering here, so he can try and keep his units healed a bit quicker.
And he's got some low-life grunts sitting just outside the ramp up to the base of Chipotle. And we have absolutely very few buildings that he started with. Altar of Elders left at full life. The Tree of Ages is starting to regenerate. And that gold mine still has all of the wisp on it. It would have been advantageous for Zero Fire to take the wisp away from that gold mine as well while he was in there.
And here, I really don't think it's too bad right now for Chipotle. The game is pretty even at the moment. However, his Demon Hunter just got ensnared, being focused on very, very low on HP. He's going to have to pull back a little bit. With the extra income of his expansion, he's able to stay in this game. His units are being produced very quickly. He's at 49 population right now, where we have Zero Fire at 55 pop. Not too far off. He's still getting gold from his main base, still building units. It's just that he can't really go anywhere. He has to stay and defend.
Lots of XP earned by both heroes during that battle that is still taking place. This is quite a long battle.
It is. It's going back and forth. You know, defense here and also offensive tower use. The Demon Hunter now coming back in again, trying to focus on the hurt units. All of these units are being healed by the healing solve, but I don't know if he can keep them alive very long because they're being focus fired on by all this range. The Dryads, the Drew, the Talons, and the Archers. Looks like a Raider's about to go down. Demon Hunter, though, is about to go down very low in HP. Very nice save there by the Keeper of the Grove, who had a Staff of Preservation on him and saves him by pulling him to the very far back of the base.
He was down to 17 life, Kim. That Demon Hunter almost fell so close, and if he could have finished him off, that would have been catastrophic.
It would have been, because he would be down his meat tank shield there, and he's able to save him. He's going to pull back, go to his expansion again to buy some additional items. So he's just really on his feet right now. Can't do anything, can't go anywhere. He's just going to have to react.
He's got a lot to deal with at the moment.
He does. The towers are still there. Zero Fire trying to put up more towers, bringing in the Raiders now, which will help take down the buildings much quicker. The Tree of Ages almost going down, but quickly Chipotle brings the Wisp out to try and repair it.
We have more Raiders coming down from the base of Zero Fire. He is continuing to produce those units one right after another.
Chipotle here, I think after a while, may be able to defend this off. Zero Fire is not doing anything different except producing the same units, still building some more towers, and he's having a very hard time just taking down this one tree.
You know, Zero Fire hasn't done much with his base.
He hasn't.
He's got 5 burrows here, and he's just keeping to produce units as they're taken out. One is taken out of battle, he produces another one, sends it down, and when it's taken out, he'll make another one to take its place.
It's the exact same unit that he's using. The only advantage he has right now is that he just took down the Demon Hunter, who was at level 3, got a little bit too far in the front. More towers are being placed down. He is determined to take down this main base. Keeper of the Grove now being focused on. He's trying to run away. Him down. He's very low in HP. Critical strike goes off after a nice wind walk, and down goes the Keeper of the Grove. This will allow the Blade Master now to reach level 4, and finally, I think Zero Fire will be able to take over this base.
And with both of his heroes down, he's got that layover time and trying to resurrect the Demon Hunter first.
I don't think he'll be able to get it up, though. The altar here in the main base is getting a lot of attack done on it. It will go down. So now no building or no altar to revive his 2 heroes.
Good games exchanged, and Zero Fire will take this second map.
Persistence there gave him the win.
It was a nice strategy that he used.
It was. He did not give up. He just kept pushing, and once Chipotle lost his 2 heroes, he was extremely crippled. Couldn't do anything, only had units there. He needed the meat shields, didn't have it, and there it goes to GG.
In his base, he only erected the structures that he needed for the very essentials. What he needed for the Raiders, the high damage dealing melee units.
Right.
He was able to manage his heroes very well and keep them out of battle when they were low on life. He restored the life to them very quickly, and he did a whole lot of damage in a little amount of time. The battle went on forever in base,